Okay, I want to talk about a few things. First things first. About 45 minutes ago, I thought that my kitty was going to come into her flap to see me from the roof. The roof on the back side of the house is flat. So she gets up on the fence, crosses over a board that goes from the fence to the roof, and then climbs through the cat flap. I got all excited thinking, oh, I'm going to see my kitty again. How wrong I was. Instead of seeing my kitty, I see the face of a raccoon. A raccoon wanted to come in the cat flap. The first thing I thought was, oh, how cute! That's a cute raccoon. Oh! The second thing I thought was, that thing has claws on it, and I don't know that it's friendly, and these things love food, and gee, I just started to eat my dinner. Of course, while I'm thinking about the fact that they like food, I'm thinking about my kitty, and I'm thinking this is not a good situation. So even though I'm terrified of the two myredbook.com Republican felon ex-mafia members, supporters of perjury, solicitors of perjury, perjurers, rapists, solicitors of rape, assaulters, solicitors of assault, 422 PC death threat makers, solicitors of murder, libel writers, solicitors of libel writing, cyber stalkers, solicitors of cyber stalking, solicitors of black hat hacking, bribers, blackmailers, extortionists, kickback receivers, kickback providers, Greg and Glenn Chappell. I went down the stairs about 3 or 4 steps and very calmly kind of, not really yelled, but just kind of let the two know that a raccoon had just tried to come through the cat flap and that peepers needed to be inside. The cat, my kitty. After I let them know that peepers should be inside, I was kind of furious, like on the inside. I didn't yell or anything like that. But it made me furious because I had told them in the past that, I thought that Mr. Pink Cadillac Man, Mr. Cat Whisperer, that I thought he was correct. That cats should be inside and, maybe they should have a catio, but basically that they should be inside. And I'm talking about Jackson Galaxy, if you don't know who I'm referring to. And it just really got to me because I thought these two ex-mafia members really don't care at all about my kitty. At all. I mean, I had to fight for her to have kitty litter in the house. I had been the person that was buying all her food. I actually paid money to buy her things like toys and stuff, whereas the two ex-mafia members, one of them doesn't give a RATSASS about the kitty. She doesn't exist to him. The other one just uses her as a weapon to get to me. Anyway, I'm not quite over that yet. I don't know if I'll ever be over that. But beyond that, I wanted to go back to a situation at one point, which I thought about after I posted the last post, which you guys will probably see shortly. So there was a time that myredbook.com, Republican felon, etc., Eric Nealon, Chevy's 94040, Cattleman's 94086 or 94087, and the steakhouse on Blossom Hill Road in San Jose, the chain steakhouse that I'll never remember the name of because I just don't care. It's one of those ADHD things, I think, in this case. There was a time when these two people came into Chevy's, and this guy gave me a little piece of paper that said, "You have a great smile. When you have a great smile, it usually means you have a great personality," and I don't remember the rest of it. And so one day, myredbook.com, Republican felon, etc., Eric Nealon, in quotes, and about 8 other people and myself were sitting around a table, and I brought that incident up. And myredbook.com, Republican felon, etc., Eric Nealon replied, "Oh, they're SWINGERS. When I thought about it just not too long ago, I had to go back and remind myself that he's in a motorcycle club. And like I said before, we all know that motorcycle clubs are not motorcycle clubs. Top Hatter's Motorcycle Club, and I provided the link to that motorcycle club in another video. Of course he would know what SWINGING is. I mean, he's in a motorcycle club / gang, for Pete's sake. What really just gets my goat, though, is the fact that here's a person whose mother graduated from Stanford. Okay, back in the day, that was just not something that was done all the time. Women didn't always go to college, and they didn't graduate from places like Stanford. His mother graduated from Stanford at a time when women didn't go to college and didn't graduate from places like Stanford. And here he is, part of a motorcycle gang / motorcycle club. Supposedly, anyway. In addition to that, it just really is mind-boggling to me how the grandmother of myredbook.com, Republican felon, etc., Eric Nealon, in quotes, attended Castilleja all-girls school in Palo Alto, California, United States. And somebody I thought was my friend, Kim Flomenhoft, the daughter of Cadence Design Systems' Mark Flomenhoft. Well, he sold his company to Cadence Design Systems anyway. Who sat on boards with good old Larry Cincini from Cincini, Wilson, Goodrich, and Rosati. Kim Flomenhoft attended Castilleja all-girls school. That was definitely not a coincidence. And it's not a coincidence that one random person showed up at Chevy's wearing a Cadence Design Systems badge and finished my sentence for me when I started describing the fact that Mark Flomenhoft always wore Izod shirts, Sperry topsider shoes, and a sweater tied around his neck. That was not a coincidence that person came into Chevy's. Since the grandmother of myredbook.com, Republican, felon, etc., Eric Nealon, in quotes, attended Castilleja all-girls school, and Kim Flomenhoft attended Castilleja all-girls school. And boy, am I glad that he seems to have gotten married and seems to have a couple of brats. No, not brats. I'm just kidding. He seems to have a couple of kids. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. His brother still drove me to my hematology appointment back in January. However, no matter what I am, and the fact that I'm platonic and I don't want anything more than platonic, I'm still glad I dodged that bullet. Anyway, that's where I'm leaving off on this video. Enjoy!